All right, we're live. Hi, and welcome to Loose Wires, the show where we talk about current events and news from a far left or anarchist perspective. And today, I don't have my usual co-host. I have my buddy Nick joining me. Thanks for joining
Hello,
me.
Corey. Thank you, sir. Happy to be back on your show.
For sure.
It's great.
Yeah, so you've been, what have you been up to, I guess?
Well, I'm still pounding the book pavement, still, trying to reach as many people as I can about my book, In the Beginning, work of fiction that's challenging religion. I'm trying to sow doubt into the brains of religious people with this
Right.
book. But that's kind of how we came together,
Yep.
I support a lot of what you do. And like my big thing is, well, the main purpose of why I write and the purpose of my book is to convince people that don't support human equality to support human equality.
Right.
My view, and obviously this is an intense thing to say perhaps, but we'll never have world peace without human equality, and we'll never have human equality as long as religion exists. I think it's a very fair point that many people like us can realize. And so that's what I'm out there to do. And it's I do that.
Right on. I guess hi to some random geek who is viewing on Twitch and on YouTube. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Summer.
Yeah, and I guess so. Besides that, Damian Marie at Hope followed on Facebook. Oh, good. Yeah. So, jeez, I'm getting a lot of sound effects in my ears. It's weird. Maybe
Very
I'm
cool.
gonna mute that.
Yeah, take your time.
There we go. All right.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're, I guess you were on my show a while back now. We talked about your book. We talked about social justice and a variety of issues. Yeah. And it was a fun interview. And I really enjoyed that chat. So that's why I invited you here today.
I know, nice. It's just nice, refreshing to talk on a show like you. That's why I like watching you on Instagram. You always have good points, and that's what we're trying to do: get the word out here with good people.
That's right.
You've got a good show for it, a good platform. I like
it. I do try.
Yeah, you do well. This is what's important. These kind of conversations.
Yeah, and I guess before we get too far into the stories, if anybody out there wants to support me on Patreon, it's patreon.com/skepticalleftist. I've had to increase my lower tiers of support because I lost some supporters because of economics and the way that the world is, which I understand and obviously don't feel any ill will. But hello, Kai Matara over on YouTube. Matara. And yeah, so then besides that, I guess we can just jump right into them.
Sure.
So I'm gonna bring up this first story was actually sent to me by someone on Blue Sky, and it's I find it. I'm gonna share it on here.
Yeah, I went through this with you that you had sent over to me. Yeah, this is quite a new piece here of propaganda that's going on over.
Yeah, coming from the Russian state media. Yeah. They're here we go. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I get to bring up my notes again. So yeah. On July 31st, Russia's state-run news agency, RIA Novosti, published an op-ed by political analyst Kirill Strelnikov with the title, "No One Should Remain Alive in Ukraine." And the piece paints Western praise of Ukraine's military as propaganda, calls Ukrainians laboratory rats used by the West, and labels think tanks like the Atlantic Council as illegal propaganda tools. Strelnikov argues that Russia will no longer try to win hearts and minds, portraying Ukrainians' choice to resist as a final and deserving of destruction. This unbelievable, like genocidal language. Yeah. I don't really know how to respond to this kind of thing. Like, obviously, I'm not a fan of like NATO and like, I don't like the expansion of American empire any more than I like the expansion of like, like Russian empire. But like, Ukrainians are human beings and don't deserve to be destroyed, right?
Yeah. And how can you come out with a story saying that and be
Yeah,
part of it, but and being a state? So it's a state sponsored media outlet. Is that right?
yeah, that's right. That's the
Yeah. So I was reading that.
RIA Novosti is the state Russian owned outlet.
Yeah. I mean, how can you possibly have that being a spokesperson for you, that kind of outlet being a spokesperson, a spokes outlet for your country?
Yeah,
I mean that's the definition of hate right there. Like
yeah, for
how
sure.
can that be allowed? It's like
Yeah,
how can you be a country and allow something like that to occur?
yeah. Some random geek said Russia is no longer dog whistling their plans of genocide; they are blowhorning it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty gross just to say like, even the invasion was gross in the first place, but like then you add like, they're running up against resistance for the 3 years later.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
And I just yeah, that's it's and I don't feel like stories like that are as mainstream as they should be.
right,
I check I think I would check a fair amount of the staples each day, like before we go to work,
right,
just so I know what my client, if there's something that our clients may reference when I speak to them, to be aware of, and the main outlets. How is that this story not on a main
right.
news outlet?
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
and actually, even even after I was told about it on Blue Sky, I had to go and I had to find it in like I had to find the Russian outlet article of it,
mhm,
and then I had to Google. Like I had to go. Well, I don't Google, but like
I'm just
DuckDuckGo.
yeah,
I had to go searching for any articles that had any kind of like take on it, and so I found this one from Medusa. Yeah.
okay.
Dot
So yeah,
I.
you had to dig around just to get some results on
That's
this. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
video.
Delocked said, feels like Russia thinks they have an Israel style pass. Yeah. Yeah.
Good
Like,
comment.
that's right. They,
Yeah,
they definitely seem to think that they can just, you know, we're going to, like, they're going to say that they're going to murder everybody and nobody's going to do anything. And in a sense,
yeah.
they're right. Because now, also in this, like, Donald Trump is planning to, The Independent reported that Donald Trump is planning to meet Vladimir Putin for talks on ending the Ukraine war, holding the talks in Alaska, of all
I saw
places.
Alaska. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like,
While
I mean,
Putin has been saying that uh, Russia should be reclaiming Alaska as well, which is very strange.
yeah.
Um,
I'm always interested in like the propaganda games these leaders play with each other. Like, what conversation are they having behind
yeah.
closed doors? Like, all right, you say we're going to go to Alaska, have this meeting. It kind of looks good for you because now we're having a meeting in a place that you've expressed interest in.
Right.
It makes it's global politics, especially on levels, high levels such as, well, in any level. But this is such a high level. You got two large countries, Russia and the United States, with they're obviously fighting, but not. We're shipping arms to Russia, to Ukraine. We're fighting them, not exactly like face to face, but still doing it. And now we're meeting them in Alaska because their leader is saying that he's interested in the territory.
Right.
It's just these
Very.
global games. It's just sitting back I'm a basic citizen of the United States. You're a citizen of Canada. Like it makes you sick
Yeah,
to
for
think
sure.
that this is happening at these kind of high levels. And I'm just going to work every day trying to make ends meet.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
it's just it's sickening that
Yeah.
this can be allowed. It's just it's
Uh,
what a
Kai,
mess.
Kai Matara said, I don't know what annoys me more, campist Marxists who think Putin is anti-imperialist or liberals who think Putin is a communist. They are definitely both very annoying.
Yeah, good comment. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
They're not making money over there. Like I
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
definitely not a communist state. And I mean, not that I'm a pro-state person anyway, but like, yeah. Yeah, the Alaska angle, like you say, like is a propaganda win for Putin because he can say like I'm talking to Trump, and we're going to take this back, right?
Yeah, exactly. It looks good for him. Shows strength within his nation. Makes it look like that he's got the power within his supporters, and that he looks when his citizens are looking at it from whatever angle, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's running the show here. He's in the territory that he's interested in, talking to Donald Trump.
Yeah,
I mean,
who
just
caves to Putin quite often,
yeah,
and like so you're going to end up with like a kind of a deal between Trump and Putin that doesn't involve actual representation of Ukraine, and you're going to end up with like Trump telling Ukraine that they have to make concessions to Russia so that they can stop being killed.
yeah,
And it's, I mean, obviously, it's shit, right? Like, it's
yeah. And I
terrible.
always think too about like I think we're going to get into more of like how arms are used and the selling of arms to other countries. Like I don't feel like that is discussed as much as mainstream as it should be either. It's like
Right.
there's a lot of people making a lot of money in every single war.
Yeah, that's right.
Who is making that money? Which politicians are being lobbied to support which contract, which which army? It's just it's sickening that exists. Like
Yeah.
I get so upset just thinking about it. Like that's what's going on. It's an exchange of money, and maybe they're trying to make a war last so
Well,
people
yeah.
can get paid.
Yeah, often they are, because that way the profits go up, but then it's always the people that suffer, right?
Yeah, and how I get really upset at these things. Like it makes me like yeah, you feel just so like I'm glad we're talking about it, but yeah, you feel helpless in these kind of situations that these global political agreements are being made, and who is suffering? An
Yeah,
innocent life,
that's right.
just where someone can make a profit.
Yeah.
It's just such a horrible state of affairs that these large, well, not a lot of countries, but especially these large countries like the United States.
Yeah, that's right. And it's, yeah, I guess it's also like you think the media is often far too pro state, right? So so then they don't, even the media outlets that don't like Trump are still not really anti-imperialism, and they're not really questioning the ability of like their leader to just to talk to another leader to determine the fate of a third country,
Sure,
right?
yeah, exactly. Like we shouldn't be like that at all. Like it really should just be this. I mean, it's gonna. I don't care if this sounds a little naive. I don't care. It should be a utopia. It should
Right.
be a beautiful world where I can go work and live in Russia at ease and be safe for years if I would like, and pay taxes to them for things to be run by the state. Yes, sure, but it should be something where I can go anywhere and do that. Anyone should be able to come to the United States and do the same thing. That's how the world should easily,
Right.
or the word easily, but it seems like if everyone accepted human equality, it would be a lot easier.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
just
right.
like, yeah, why aren't they focusing on that? Like, yeah, it should. How are two countries talking about how another country should operate without that
Yeah.
country being there? It makes no sense. And
Yeah.
it's easy for us to see that. Like these
It
people,
does seem pretty obvious.
yeah, even if your own, like, you just think
Yeah.
about the own company that you work at. Like, the basic efficiency of making things operate, which don't always work that well within a company, are far more advanced than how governments do it.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I mean, it's
Sometimes.
obvious for people like us to see the people paying the taxes.
Right.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Uh,
Unbelievable.
some random geek also said, "Don't worry, Russia is paying for the best propagandists like Tim Pool." Tim
I like
Pool
the comment.
sucks.
Good comment. Yeah, they
I
pay for it.
guess. I guess we might as well move on to the next
Oh,
story,
sure.
though. Yeah, I guess before we move on, though, I do want to say thank you to Zalrock on Blue Sky for bringing this story to my attention, and yeah, it
I say
it,
thank you too. Yeah, it's
it
great. Good story.
yeah seems pretty important to me, so I'm glad that we brought it up here.
Yeah, good story.
So next up, we've got from Cast the Net, we've got the controversy over Canada's rules on military exports to Israel explained. So in March of 2024, Canada's parliament voted symbolically to stop issuing new permits for arms exports to Israel. and the government suspended about 30 of them to assess their potential use in the war on Gaza. Foreign Minister Melanie Joly says no new lethal weapon permits have been approved since, but existing permits remain active, and so-called non-lethal exports like parts and ammunition have continued.
Oh, non-lethal parts, just parts and ammunition, just the things that they actually need for the weapons. Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
lethal.
Yeah. Human rights groups and Palestinians have taken the government to court, arguing that Canada is violating its own laws by allowing military goods to reach Israel while civilians are being killed. Despite the political messaging, Canada's role in supplying the machinery of war hasn't ended. It has just been, I guess, hidden, actually.
Yeah. Shocking. And look, hey, I live in the United States, so I mean, obviously we're a huge
right. Yeah. The U.S. is almost fully sort. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's kind of on the same tune of what we were just saying. You know, this funneling weapons in a shadow, in a secretive way, so no one finds out. So somebody's contract gets paid, and someone who chose for that to exist. What politician allowed that to exist? That's, I'm sure, getting paid in some way for that.
Oh, almost for sure.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
The 2024 breakdown includes about 2.3 million under bombs, torpedoes, rockets, missiles, other explosive devices, and charges and related accessories and components, and about 2.9 million under aircraft, UAVs, aero engines, and related equipment components specifically designed or modified for military use, which is war material, not non-lethal office parts.
Yeah. It's all lethal.
Like
a blanket for a soldier is lethal.
Let's see what else. Anita Anand, Kai Matera said, opposing genocide should never be conditional. That's a super chat. Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, Kai Matera.
Good comment. Good. Yeah, you're getting a lot of good comments from individuals. That's great.
Summer Nagik says, so long as there's a defense industry, there will never be peace under capitalism when war is always profitable.
Yeah, great comment. Great comment. Yeah. How can the profit from war happening since the dawn of time? Someone's making a lot of money. I talk about that a lot in my writing too. Is that is the cycle of war? It's just a continuous cycle that hasn't stopped. I mean, I'm 43 years old, and I can't remember a time when there hasn't been a war. And I don't think anyone, generations before us, can say exactly the same thing. It's just a continuous process.
Yeah, that's right.
Someone's profiting, and it's like they don't want it to end. I'm actually curious.
Somebody doesn't want it to end, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, how much money within our global economy is tied to war? Like everyone's a part of it too. You know, everyone's has some defense company within their 401k and doesn't really pay attention to it, doesn't really know it exists. And when that stock goes up, everyone gets happy, and no one's really thinking about what makes that stock go up.
Yeah,
you know? War makes it go up.
Yeah,
it's sick. Yeah,
it's it's one of those very depressing things that is like the state of the world right now, right? But Anita Anand, who is a representative of the government, said since January 2024, no new permit items that could be used in Gaza and any permits that could have allowed such use were frozen. But it's just like that's just their plausible deniability, right? Like they say like they have no tool for verifying that the end use is not in Gaza, right?
Who's performing the audit?
Yeah.
There's no one's over there. Oh, yeah, I can see that was used for non-lethal force. Yep. Check.
Yeah. Somehow they use that.
Yeah. Great audit there. Yeah.
Activist Research Arms Embargo Now alleges ongoing shipments since October 2023, including munitions and aircraft components to Israeli arms firms. 47 detailed commercial shipping records, and then they scraped Israeli tax authority import data.
Wow.
And the government disputes parts of this. Like they said, like the thing labeled bullets was actually paintballs.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. So
these techniques just to mask to ultimately mask the suffering of innocent life.
That's right.
That's right. and that's all. That's always the problem. Like, how can you be someone that actually does that?
Yeah, that's
Even
right.
if your corporation is like, it's not that hard to do the right thing.
Yeah. They say paintballs for what? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exact like D-Lock said. And that's
Oh.
exactly right. Like, I guess what they're saying is that it's for training purposes. So they're using the paintballs to train people who are going to kill innocent people in Gaza. So even the paintball excuse is fucking nonsense, right?
Yeah, I'm laughing, but yeah, I mean, there is no such thing as supplying a war
That
for
isn't
just
lethal in
cause.
some way. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the are some yeah, some of this stuff has gone on passenger flights. So
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
gone. F-35 parts were routed through Halifax to Toronto to Frankfurt and then
Yeah.
to Elbit in industries in Israel. Um,
Okay. So it sounds like
so
money. It's like money, basic money laundering.
right,
Washing the money you steal at a casino to make it come out clean. Well, clean is a bad word for me to say. Still
well,
dirty, obviously, but
yeah, for sure. It's I mean it's obvious corruption. There's a really good podcast. Uh, Blueprints of Disruption did an amazing episode talking to the activists who uncovered this stuff.
really,
And
oh, very,
so
very
I'll have a link for that in the show notes for people to watch after the fact. And also, Rachel Gilmore did a really good video on that as well. She's a Canadian journalist. So,
like yeah. These are stories that should be getting picked up. These are important pieces. Like everyone kind of seeing these kind of things of people masking death. It just seems like that should be on the front line of media more. Like that's
yeah, that is like, if you think about like the Vietnam War, in a lot of ways, it was the way that the media slowly came around to showing people like because the media followed kind of what the negative public opinion of the war
mhm.
and but also led some of that public opinion. So as the media increased its coverage of the negative
Yeah,
aspects of the Vietnam War, more and more people got on board with resisting that war. So
yeah,
so obviously with Israel, we need a lot of the mainstream media that's been very compliant and very like uh pro-Israel, and
yeah.
at the very least, like they've run cover for Israel. They need to like get on board with the rest of us who are very anti-genocide.
Yeah, exactly. I mean it seems like such an. I mean, we've been saying the word easy a lot in this show, and it just seems easy to make that decision.
Seems a little bit like a no-brainer at some point.
Yeah, it's like it's not that hard to do the right thing.
No,
It really isn't hard
no,
to expose those kind of items. I mean, have you ever respect for yourself for God's sake?
right.
Obviously not.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on, more awful news from Gaza. Al Jazeera correspondent Anas Al Sharif was among 6 journalists killed in an Israeli strike. Um, I guess I don't really have like a summary specifically for this, but because it came out just the day I was doing the research. Um, Anas Al Sharif has been covering the war since October 7th, 2023, but Israel is saying that he was working for Hamas,
Yeah.
because, of course, they have to say that, or else it's clear that they're just murdering journalists
Yeah.
uh, because they're covering what is happening during the genocide. Um, I don't have it in my notes, but this morning I watched a video from Rachel Gilmore, and Sharif Al Sharif had a statement in case he died that he wrote back in June,
Really?
and she read it, and it was very heartfelt and sincere and deep, expressing
Oh,
like he's a Muslim man, so he's talking
sure.
about hoping for uh, good things for his family, that Allah blesses his family and that they protects them, and it's just like uh, in Rachel Gilmore's video, she was tearing up, and
Oh,
like it's such a yeah, like it's such a deep loss what's going on in that region right now that it's hard not to occasionally get overwhelmed by that sadness.
did she happen to mention anything? Oh, is there much coverage about that? This is a common item about getting these people that are covering the war to
Well, she did talk
killing
about
these people
that.
that are covering the war.
Yeah, she
Oh,
did talk about that because as a bit of a warning signal, because this is what they often will do before they're about to escalate uh, the slaughter, right? Like
I see.
they
So
don't want.
before a big offensive comes in,
Yeah, they'll
get
go and
these
they'll.
reporters out of here. They're telling the truth.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. In a sense, it's the same thing. They did allow for a brief time some reporters to go on planes and fly over top of Gaza to witness the destruction and see what was
Sure.
happening. But they also told them that they were not allowed to record or take pictures, um,
Oh,
so that they obviously couldn't actually like give the receipts or show people what was going on. But but
yeah.
some of them did. So there is stuff out there like that shows what's happening, and it's just terrible.
Yeah.
We need yeah,
Yeah.
like our governments and our media are complicit in a genocide right now.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. How? Yeah. If you if these people, Israeli government and anyone can't get along with some other group, it's if you want to fight with some group, you can fight with your fists in your own arena that you have that you build for yourselves. Like the fact that anyone is dying, the fact that anyone has died in a war, an innocent life since the beginning of time is disgusting. Obviously, in this day and age, I mean, how can a war happen in an era where people live that have nothing to do with it? Nothing to like. It's
Yeah, there's so the number I think that the Palestinian Authority says right now, the number of dead is over 60,000 roughly, but there was over a year ago, uh,
60,000.
there was a what do you call it? A there was a report from an outside source that the there was a report from an outside source that the number was much higher. I
Wow.
guess is what I'm trying to get at. Like, so the number we've got officially is 62,000 or 63,000 or whatever. But it's very likely that it's much, much higher.
And these are victims unconnected to war.
Yeah. Like well, yeah, they're just innocent people, right? That have,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Innocent people. Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
I mean, and the when we were talking about how the the government, the Israeli government, will immediately say, "Oh, they're tied to whatever organization that is against that is part of the problem." Like it sounds similar to how the United States does things.
Right, right.
You know, like paint them with give that person a negative um, what is the word, negative background in any kind of way, and then it makes people doubt the authenticity of the report.
Yeah.
Immediately, they're like, oh well, okay, they're probably maybe they were just a bad person. Like
Uh,
it's
I guess thank you, Kai Matara, for gifting some memberships to my YouTube channel.
oh cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
You've got a great following. That's
That's
very
fantastic.
generous people. Very
Um,
cool.
so I guess this is. I mean, we'll move on a little bit here, but I guess in a sense this is a little bit lighter. it's not it's not genocide level depressing,
Yeah. I'm
but
laughing. I shouldn't be laughing. I'm just
uh,
saying.
I don't. This is my coping mechanism. Like
I know what you mean.
you know.
It's tough. It's hard. It's hard to cope.
Yeah, I laugh and I try to make the odd light joke about situations and I in a sense I laugh at the darkness and the absurdity of it all, right?
I
Like it
know.
in
I'm with
the
you.
yeah, because I mean obviously it's not a laughing matter. It's obviously
Of course. But yeah,
awful,
like,
awful
it
dark
gets so
stuff.
depressing.
But
And yeah, I understand.
yeah, some random geek says we laugh to avoid crying, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
like some random, good comment. Some random geek. I like it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
So I guess on a slightly lighter side, a man ended up in the hospital with psychosis after following dietary advice from ChatGPT. Advice that told him to replace the salt in his diet with bromide. So I didn't write in my summary, but just to clarify, he asked, because he was concerned about the level of salt in his diet, he asked ChatGPT if there was anything he could replace salt with. And because salt is sodium chloride, it told him to replace it with sodium bromide. And bromide was banned from most medicines decades ago because it's toxic. But the AI didn't give him any warning. And so he took sodium bromide every day for 3 months and eventually wound up hallucinating, paranoid, and in a psychiatric hold. Doctors say it's a rare case of bromide poisoning, probably the first linked to AI, and a reminder that these systems can obviously hand out dangerous information. Do not take medical advice from ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Do not take dietary advice. Like, these are, like, I've said this before on the show, and I use AI sometimes as a tool for helping me do various things.
Oh, sure. It's research is
but you absolutely have to double check everything. You absolutely cannot just take its advice on life things and like
do the correct due diligence, cross-reference the information. Yeah, for a quick summary output, it's amazing. It's beautiful to get information so quickly. There's nothing wrong with getting information quickly and summarized. But if it's something very serious like your health, I mean, if you just Google that for 2 seconds.
Some random geek says, I use ChatGPT for my tax advice. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if people are doing that. The most recent version of ChatGPT is 5, and they claimed that it was as good as a PhD level researcher. After a little bit of testing, I found that it is as dumb or dumber than the previous versions.
Oh, really? Good test. Yeah,
like it is not better in it. Like these are largely hallucination machines that sometimes give you odd real facts. These aren't they aren't like designed to give you real things. And they're not even actually designed to fact check unless explicitly told to.
Really? Oh, that's a nice point. I like that. Oh. Interesting. I like that he said that. Yeah. There's no safeguard. There's no audit tool within it.
No. No.
And obviously they don't. Why doesn't anyone care about that at the very start?
That's always my thought is like, why is that? If you have this kind of thing, then it should be designed to tell the truth first. And
exactly.
D-Lock says, the machine can't be trusted because it doesn't know anything. It's just giving the most likely combination of words as a response. Exactly.
Nice. D-Lock.
Exactly.
Yeah, good. That's a great comment. Yeah, they're not doing it. It's just grabbing it and piecing it together.
And of course, there's the, like, if you listen to like podcasts like Tech Won't Save Us or Better Offline with Ed Zitron, they talk about AI in these ways where they know like this is about capitalism. Like AI was pushed out as a hype engine, right? Like this is not a useful, like, I guess you can use it, but you cannot rely on it.
Exactly. It's a good tool to reference.
And even as that, there's still a lot of like downstream effects. Like it takes a lot of water for the servers to stay cooled. Yeah. It takes a lot of power to run these things. Like we used to complain about like the crypto machines because they used so much power. It was like contributing to greenhouse issues and climate change. And AI server farms are the same way.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if possible, one should limit your use of these things.
Yeah. And like we said before, why isn't this coming out first? It's not about profits first. It's about humans first, you idiots.
Yeah.
Which is also a simple thing. It's so simple to just do that. But yeah, the capitalism will always come first. That's what a profit before life. And the people that are making money from it don't care because they're making a lot of money.
That's right. Yeah. They will like actually burn this world to the ground in the name of lining their pockets.
Yeah. Isn't this, I mean, we're living we're starting to live the movies like Dune, the rise of the Matrix.
Right.
Dune,
Yeah.
what's the movement in Dune called? The Bulletarian Jihad is the fight against the machine in Dune.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, people talk a lot about the Luddites as well. Like they
I
weren't
like
like
that word.
they
Yeah.
weren't actually like anti-tech at the time. They were anti-exploitation and the way that tech was used in the name of
Exactly.
hurting workers and helping the bosses.
Yeah.
And I mean, in that sense, I know I use a lot of tech. I'm a kind of a nerd for it a little bit, but it's absolutely one of these things that we should maybe all be a little bit more like Luddites in
Yeah, we
our
should.
use of this stuff.
I mean, if if we all work together a bit more, we can see the future. Like it will just eliminate jobs, eliminate industries, and
And
what's going to
yeah,
happen to those people? But no one's thinking about it right now. It's just the short-sighted approach. Just like, I mean, war is so short-sighted. Yeah, people are making a lot of money. Oh, but don't worry about who's getting hurt. Like, how can you be so obtuse? You
right.
know, like
Deloc says demand convivial tools.
convivial. I don't even. What's
I
convivial mean?
I well let's
It's
look
a
up
nice
what
word.
that is a good word.
Will that
My
individual?
my viewers are much smarter than I am.
I don't know what convivial means. I'll be transparent. Convivial, like a
Oh yeah, like convivial tools like that are good social tools.
okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I like that.
Good comment. Yeah.
We have one another story about AI. Oh yeah, here we'll show this one. Tools that design to enhance human thriving instead of capital focused.
Okay. Thank you,
I like
D-Log.
that. Yeah. Oh, and some
I
are
love
going to be
interacting
also
with these people. Friendly
friend.
love. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So next story is again about AI and some of the issues about that. AI
Wow.
generated videos promoting hate and violence are spreading rapidly on social media with targets including LGBTQ plus,
Hmm.
uh, Jewish, Muslim, and South Asian communities. There was this article talks about uh, yeah, the TikTok video showing a Bigfoot character attacking people,
Hmm.
like driving a truck into people at an LGBTQ plus parade, and it's got hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah.
So there's obviously like the spreading of hate now is easier
Yeah. Much
because
easier. Because this
excuse
exists.
me,
It's so easy to create something like this. And can you imagine if you were under the age of 18? I mean,
right?
you're seeing these. No one can stop you from seeing these things, and it'd be so confusing um, to be a child. Oh, let me see your comment. Rage against the exploitation.
Zach
The control.
Kainatara,
Yeah.
Zach de Luddite Roca, rage against the exploitation enabled by the capitalist control of the
All
machine.
right. I like that. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Nice, Zach.
absolutely.
Yeah. That's all this is making. It's these pieces of technology which do have some good are brought to market way too fast without anyone thinking of the consequences. And now we've got hate videos just coming up online, and people and the youth are seeing these and are confused. And it looks like there's these horrible things happening to peaceful groups.
Yeah,
And can you imagine how much harder it might be to tell truth from fiction just because of
right.
how this exists?
Yeah, that's
So
right.
scary.
Yeah, like
Thinking about the
the
ramifications.
existence of deep fakes and whatnot. Like you could end up with videos of somebody that lots of people really admire saying terrible things and
Exactly.
influencing people in these ways. Egale Canada warns that trans and gender diverse people are being hit especially hard. Helen Kennedy says AI is being weaponized to dehumanize and discredit these communities, while Canada's digital safety laws are failing to keep up. And
What happened in the United States with digital safety laws? They don't exist.
yeah, essentially,
Yeah,
yeah,
no one wants them to exist.
yeah,
Well, they're pushing these out. Of course they don't.
yeah, yeah. They insist on pushing it out and expanding. Like, there's another podcast I listened to about the expansion of the LLMs and stuff, and the way that they expanded the data set, and how the whole idea, like, is to get it to talk like a person, right? So it gets, I don't know, used way too.
I see.
It expanded way too fast beyond any real capabilities to like think about what the consequences would be.
Yeah, but I feel like it's easy to have some. It's easy to think about that. It's easy to think that, oh, well, yeah, this is great that I can easily put a question into AI and ChatGPT, and it spits out a great summary of a scientific article, and now I have the main bullets for it. And it's great to have that information right away. Of course it is. But
But
what,
even
no one's
then,
going to think it can't be used for something bad? Like,
yeah, even then, like I said, like you still have to like triple check everything that it says.
everything, yeah.
Because it will lie. It will lie and tell you that it read an article that it did not read.
It just references it.
And it will just lie and say that it, and then if you tell it always read the article, it will tell you, or if you tell it, well, if you can't read the article, then don't read the article and just tell me that you couldn't read the article. And it will just, every time you post an article into it, it will say, I couldn't access that.
Oh
Like,
God, are you
like
serious?
it has no understanding of anything. It's not a thinking machine. It's a
Yeah,
language model.
that's a good way to say it. It's not thinking; it's just grabbing information and piecing it together. I think one of the comments that someone that's watching made summed it up very nicely with that. Yeah, just piecing things together.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
cross reference.
yeah. The Canadian Anti-Hate Network says that similar content targets Muslim, Jewish, and South Asian communities. And executive director Evan Balgord warns that celebrating violence online increases the likelihood of in-person attacks.
Yeah,
So
it's the people that are easily influenced, which is unfortunately the people that have the people that are most easily influenced are the ones that are spreading hate. They're not cross-referencing anything. They're not reading anything. They're just influenced by whatever it is that they see. It's
yeah.
the mob, and those are the people, and that this is just helping them gain traction and uh, gain followers. I'm sure they can all band together. Oh, do you see this video of this Bigfoot thing wreaking havoc at an LGBTQ festival, and then laughing about it and gaining more followers of other weak-minded individuals? It's disgusting. Wait,
Wait, like on Portal Games, saying a paradox, for example, this sentence is false. Can it break it? I don't know. It might be able to.
that's a good test too. Oh, that's a really good test to do.
Some random geek says ChatGPT is kind of like other people in that way. I just read the headlines and got the basics of the article.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's such a big problem with our society. It's people just getting headlines and making an opinion. Like, do your due diligence. Perform the bits. It's responsible.
Read the fucking article. At least read the fucking article.
Read 10 articles and form an opinion, for God's sake. Like,
come on.
That's amazing. But that's the mob. The mob is lazy. The mob just wants to cheer at the gladiator killing the victim and not think about anything else.
And that's by and large, that's what ChatGPT is, right? Because it's all of the, as much language as the creators could plow into it. They didn't like make it, like I say, like it's just like the mob of the internet. So if most people are doing this thing, then that's a good example of exactly what it's doing.
Yeah, very well said. You're right. Yeah, the mob of the internet. I like that. Yeah, that is really good. Forcing non-readers to read even less.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, we'll move on a little bit. So Andrew Cuomo is attacking Zoran Mondani over his rent-stabilized apartment, claiming the assembly member is depriving a low-income family of housing. Cuomo painted Mamdani as very rich, citing his family background, his wife's income, and the $142,000 a year salary, while ignoring, of course, the fact that Mamdani rented the apartment years ago while he was making $47,000 a year as a housing counselor. And, of course, he already said that he's planning on moving. And, I mean, there's a lot of back and forth. And in this article, and this is one thing I hate about the fucking internet. In this article, they talk about how many likes each post got.
I mean, the big thing with how do you pronounce it? Kumo? I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Whatever his name. Kumo, whatever.
Cuomo.
He,
Yeah.
Cuomo.
Yeah.
His big thing of why he's disgraced and out of politics, it was all of that sexual harassment.
Yes, that's right. He's had multiple
Yeah.
sexual harassment and sexual, like, just, I guess, to be fair, sexual, like, bad behavior, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And so I like to always think of the big picture with these politicians is
Yeah.
that if you, for some reason within politics, you're allowed to have that kind of background and still be involved in politics.
Yeah.
If
Right.
I were anyone in the corporate world, if you had any of that on your record, you would not be allowed to exist within the corporation. That came up
Right.
on your interview, on your background check. They would say, and all they would say was, "Sorry, we're passing." It's too risky. Why it's allowed?
Unless you're in the tech sector. I was just reading about one of the Google, like, he was a head of a department in Google, and like, he got like a $90 million payout after he was fired because he was like harassing and abusing his subordinates. But
How are you given a golden parachute for that? Yeah, so that's a good point. Yeah, they pay them to get out of there, which is also extremely disgusting.
yeah,
And so that's a part of the problem too. And like, go to the president of the United States. How can you have that kind of background and be a candidate? You shouldn't be allowed to be a candidate.
good
And
friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah, that's the legal the disturbing legal history would disqualify you from any job anywhere. But it's legal. They allow it in politics, which just isn't fair to the common people like us.
Right.
No, you're anyone. And think of Cuomo or the president or whatever as similar to CEOs of companies, basically. If you're interviewing to be the CEO and you have that legal background, you would immediately be disqualified because it's too much risk.
Right.
It's all, and the ethicals obviously is disgusting, but it's just
yeah. So I guess to go back a little bit to our comment section on the AI stuff, Kai Matara said, "That's why I write Substack articles so I can interpret books that I read. At the moment, it's Jacques Rancière, Disagreement, Politics, and Philosophy." Interesting.
Ooh.
Putting it through Maori lens and explaining it. That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool comment. Huh.
In short, accessible terms. No, very, very cool. And then related to this, just remember that Cuomo is a sex pest.
Yeah. Yeah, like how is it even allowed to be?
And D-Lock said, "I'm getting a little mad about how defending of Mamdani we have to do. Like, we need to be pushing him on the softening NYPD that he's been doing, but we're constantly in defense mode because of right-wing ghouls."
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, this is I talked about this with my guest, Lucretia McEvil. And we talked about how, like, he's a politician, right? Like, he's not the guy. Like, we actually have to do a lot of work to get him to be good at things that we want. But because of how bizarre everything is, we spend all our time fucking being like, no, he's actually not bad. And,
defending it. Yeah. Like the entire, the short term of politics, obviously you have to just go with the candidate that is less risky. The big picture is that the entire political system is broken. It should not even be ran like this. There should be basic qualifications that eliminate you from being a candidate, just like it is for us in the real world.
Yeah,
that's what makes me so upset is that no one would behave like this in the corporation because they would lose their job in an instant just by having it. Like, oh, maybe even something hasn't been proven yet. It's like, look, whatever it is you're dealing with, it's not part of us. See ya.
We cannot handle your nonsense.
Yeah, like it's just we have important things to deal with. It's just inefficient for us. We're wasting all of our time dealing with these things.
Kai Matera also added, "I know a lot of people don't have time to read whole books. As a household disabled person, I have lots of time, so I try to pay knowledge forward in a way of shortening it to articles," which is fantastic. That's
wow.
Yeah. No,
That's a really virtuous cause.
for
Oh,
sure.
what a cool
That's awesome.
comment.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
very cool. That's what. Yeah, that's a good story. I like that. Yeah. Huh. How help
Um,
society? That's great.
yeah, no, that's awesome. I guess so. That's our main five stories. I guess we're on to what I call the lightning round, which doesn't always end up as short as lightning. It kind of depends on how things go. This story is about climate change again. We're looking at southern France and the Western Balkans are baking under temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius or 109 degrees
That's tough.
Fahrenheit, triggering red alerts, fueling wildfires, and forcing evacuations across multiple countries. France's Aude wine region, Bulgaria's southern borders, Montenegro's coast, and Turkey's northwest are battling major blazes. And scientists warn Europe is heating nearly twice as fast as the global average, worsening fire seasons and deadly heat waves. Red alerts in France are rare, reserved for extreme heat that disrupts daily life, and officials say that some fires could smolder for weeks.
Yeah. No one is. I like it when these stories. I love seeing these stories because it's so important for everyone to like take note of this. But it brings us back to how short-sighted the entire world is.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
Profits first, human life second, and it
like
should
we
just be it.
mentioned before, like they're like actually burning the world
Yeah,
down in
yeah.
the name of lining their pockets.
That's yeah. And what are you? Is it going to get to a year where the rich people are living underground or living in their own silos within the
They
ocean? Perhaps like
they do seem to think that's what's going to happen. Like that's they're going
yeah,
to go and hide in their bunkers or whatever that they've built, and they've got all their food stored.
yeah.
It's
It's safe. It's safe for them. And even if it gets to that point, they're still going to. They don't want to live in that world either. They're just so short-sighted that to
yeah,
think anything different than making their stock go up. That's
it's
the only thing people they care about.
it's even like, which is it's all even frustrating to talk to like your average person about
Mm,
some of this stuff too, because they're always concerned. Well, you have to be worried about the economy. You have to worry about money. You have to keep the machine going. Everything has to be okay. What would possibly happen if we stopped relying on fossil fuels so hard? What
mm,
how would the world change? They're afraid of any of this stuff,
yeah,
and meanwhile, like we're watching the world burn.
yeah. The status quo cannot continue. It's not going to last forever. It's a finite resources on this planet. They will not keep replenishing. We keep
Yeah.
swarming the world with this endless population. There will be no more space for any of us.
Um. D-Lock said maybe we can just trick them all into bunkers and then fix everything once they're out of the way.
Yeah. I like D-Lock. We should just say that there's like an unlimited gold mine on the moon or Mars, and ship them off there, and they get there and turn it. Don't allow them
Yeah.
to come back. They'll just be digging for gold there.
Kai Matara said money would be useless in those bunkers. There's no way they'll survive that because the army they will hire will have no incentive to protect them.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they just keep on paying these soldiers money. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
It's yeah.
Well said.
Uh, I read there was a really good like short story by Cory Doctorow that kind of was like along the lines of the red. Oh, I shouldn't even say it because I can't remember the title, but
It's all right.
but it was about like a rich guy and the people he chose in their bunker
Yeah,
after the end of the world. it was I mean I thought it was really brilliant and
I liked it.
obviously rich people do not know how to survive no matter how much they think they
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
because they're so used to like paying other people to do the shit.
Yeah,
So
that's how they get their followers. You pay the people surrounding you a lot of money, and they will be loyal to you. It's disgusting. They'll do bad, horrible things, but those people don't care because, like, okay, now I have a lot of money. My kids will have money because I'm doing this. Yeah, it's a sacrifice, but I'm just going to put that aside, get a lot of money, and not worry about it at the moment. Oh, don't
yeah,
worry about anything else, though. Yeah, we're not in this together. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
so short sighted, pathetic.
Very short-sighted and very
Yeah,
like I mean just wrong. They're just not going to have like
exactly.
ultimately when the world is on fire and the last of us are alive, the only thing that's going to keep us surviving is community.
That's very well, nicely said. Yes, that's right. Yes, you're right. Yeah, a peaceful community of people working together. That's what will survive. Not these people trying to get profits. Oh,
Yeah.
very nice. I like that, Corey.
Kaimatara said, at Nick Girard, I know Corey posts on Substack. Do you have anywhere you usually publish?
Oh, hey, thanks for asking. So I'm a writer, but I've only written one book, and my book is on Amazon. That's the only place that it exists, and it's only on there because
You
the
can
message
self-publish there, right?
I'm not self-published, and I don't really have a choice. But the message within the book is kind of is on the same page of what Cora and I are talking about. Is that my book challenges the status quo. It's saying that we need human equality in order to achieve world peace, and that we can't have that until religion doesn't exist. So I'm saying some very controversial things right there, obviously, but ultimately the story is about everyone supporting human equality so we can achieve world peace. But yeah, I self-published it on Amazon. It's called In the Beginning, and yeah, that's the whole point of it. He's like, I want to do my part, just like Corey, just like yourself, being on this chat here. We're trying to unite people around supporting everyone in one community. It seems like a really simple thing to grasp for us.
Yeah,
Not for these people. It's horrible. Glad you asked that.
I guess moving on a little bit, we have Air Canada Flight Attendants staged a coordinated National Day of Action at 4 major airports to demand higher wages and an end to unpaid mandatory work, which it blew my mind when I heard that they were doing unpaid mandatory work. How's that legal?
Yeah, right. Yeah, because they know they've got them. They have to it's their career, so they can take advantage of them.
Yeah.
I love articles like this.
Yeah.
Walkouts.
So some of that mandatory work includes safety checks and passenger assistance done before, during, and after flights, because flight attendants are only paid from takeoff to landing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So all the other shit they don't get paid for.
Really?
Yeah.
So a very virtuous cause they're fighting for, obviously. Like,
yeah.
I love these kind of stories when people take it to the big corporations. And the fact that it's even a negotiation is ridiculous. Just give them what they want, for God's sake. Like, it's not that challenging.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always how it goes, right?
It is.
Every bit of gain yeah. D-Log says, unpaid work is just a fancy way to say wage theft. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Very true. Yeah.
But that is the nature of the system, is that every single thing that you want, you have to fight for, because the people higher up than you will never give it to you willingly, which is absolutely absurd. Like,
it only exists because of the people working for you. That's
exactly.
It. Yeah. And I think that's the backbone of society.
Yep.
If you imagine if I was the CEO of a large corporation, and if I had this giant salary, I mean, I would just do the right thing and take a less salary and give it as bonuses to people. Because I'm sure, within a corporation, it's obviously extremely difficult to make changes like that with board approvals and things like that. But you could, as a CEO, just do the right thing. And, oh, hey, I have a $100 million salary. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll give away $80 million to my coworkers. Do you imagine how amazing that would go? That would do for people.
Again, that book I was reading where they talked about the Google stuff. He also mentioned the Google buyback. So in I think it was 2022, they did a $70 billion buyback of their stocks in order to raise the stock price. And then they laid off thousands of workers.
Oh,
and
pathetic.
That $70 billion could have paid all of the wages for those people for years.
Oh, yeah.
For
sure.
It's all just a fucking game to keep paying these shareholders the maximum amount.
And the board members and all the higher ups that we have to make all of us have to be happy. So the stock has to go up no matter what.
Yeah.
So who cares about anything else? So we can. How much money do you need, for God's sake?
D-Log says it happens every buyback. And that's right. because, and yeah, it's just absurd, like, to think that, like, the money that they are filtering upwards could have kept thousands of people employed for years.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is infuriating.
It makes me
Actually,
sick.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it makes me sick. It doesn't have to be this way. Like, how much money do you need?
yeah,
You don't. Everyone wants money. Everyone wants to be able to travel and have nice things. That's fine, but you don't need that much.
yeah.
It should be a stable form of living for everyone, where everyone has that kind of basic opportunity.
Kaimatara said, after all the, oh, I must have missed a, there we go. Show this one first. My most recent article is on Substack called The Earth is a Who, arguing for the personhood of the earth. I refer to the conquest of the bread and argue the earth formed into a factory or tool is proletariat. After all, the wood handle of a hammer doesn't cease to be a material from a tree that labored to grow and now in a new form labors in the form of a hammer under capitalist exploitation.
Oh, really? Look at this. That is interesting.
And Zalrog VOD
No.
said infiltration is due to wealth hoarders, not workers.
Inflation is due to wealth.
Oh, yeah, inflation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Good one.
D-Lock said, I really vibe with that argument. Yeah, about the living Earth being a who. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I mean I'm just shooting off the top of my head now too, but I think I remember there was a court case somewhere in the world, and they did win personhood of a sort for for yeah, for some like the forest. I think it was maybe the Amazon.
Okay, like for for what is usually considered just a resource.
Right, exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I like that.
And so it became like illegal in a sense to like treat this forest as yeah.
Yeah, just as your personal property without, interesting. I like that. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's just Zalrock saying hi to Geek. So okay, I'm gonna bring up my capitalism's most deranged moment of the week.
I like that,
Here,
that title. Those deranged moment of the week. That's great.
Here, Kaimatara said, here in New Zealand, we won
Oh,
personhood for the Wangui River. That's
whoa,
awesome. Yeah, that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, that's the
Cool.
sort of shit that I like to see, because it really changes the way that the dynamic is plays
Yeah.
out,
Like,
right?
think of the earth and the river, the New Zealand that was just referenced, and think of that as our partner, part of our community. It's not just a resource that we can take from. It's a community. No one thinks of it as entities. Yeah.
Yeah. Nonsequently just pledged $5 on Patreon. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm generous.
Yeah, that's so
Generous.
cool.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
Makes doing this a lot easier.
Very cool.
So next story, our capitalism's most deranged moment of the week. Marjorie Taylor Greene has gone on the defense after reports that her net worth has exploded from around 700,000 to 21 million since joining Congress in 2021.
Yeah.
She insists her wealth comes entirely from her pre-politics construction business. She also used the words, I worked really hard and earned it, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
public disclosures show a history of well-timed and profitable stock trades during her time in office, including investments just days before lucrative ICE contracts and tariff policy shifts that sent markets soaring.
Yep.
Greene claims a financial manager makes her trades, yet she's repeatedly taken swipes at others like Nancy Pelosi for similar behavior.
Yeah.
Not an apologist for Nancy Pelosi here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're all doing this. They're all doing this, doing this game in politics. Like, if I worked in the financial industry, if I wanted to invest in anything, if I wanted to place a trade tomorrow, I can't. I have to wait, get pre-approval.
Right.
I have to hold it for 30 days. There's a ton of very strict regulations.
Yeah, you have to prove you're not doing insider trading, right?
Yeah, that's me. Nothing. I don't have any money.
Just a regular person.
It's illegal. What they're doing is illegal in the court. In outside of politics, it's illegal to do.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that working for a company, but it's legal in the government. Just like
Yeah.
we were talking before about the no qualifications and
Right.
having a disturbing legal history makes you can still be a candidate. How I mean, how like, it's disgusting that they're getting
It's
rich off this.
yeah. And
But we can't, citizens can't do. It makes me want to burn things. Like I'm sorry, I want to say I shouldn't say that, but it makes me so. I get really, really
yes.
angry, Corey. I can't. I'm sorry if I'm getting.
I oh
I
no,
get really
I
angry.
agree. So I have read a little bit about anarcho-nihilist theory and philosophy, and I am not an anarcho-nihilist, but when they say that their resistance is in action and they vibe with like the ethic of the action, I can relate to that when I see shit like this.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
like every article on here, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all enough to make you go, well, this is why someone might want to burn this fucking system to the ground.
Exactly. Because we're on the front lines, going to work, just doing some basic items, making trying to have somewhat of a nice life for ourselves. And these people are cheating the system that they're supposed to be they're supposed to be representing us. None of them represent us. Like I don't
No,
even
and
like
and
the Americans.
they take money not just out of like our pockets, but out of the pockets of people who have even less than us.
Yeah,
You
exactly. They
know,
don't have computers to do what we're doing right now. Yeah. Like it's not hard to have a system where people have basic opportunity, a
yeah.
basic wage where they can afford a decently nice house and afford to travel. Everyone should have that, and it can easily be done if we're paying less taxes and spreading a bit of the profits around. We're not. Everyone should be able to make money. We're not
There's
saying that.
there's
It's just
easily enough stuff in the world for everyone to have what they need,
exactly
but we waste so much of it on the elite, the privileged, the
war.
war, shit like that.
Yeah,
D-Lock said, yeah, this shit makes it really hard not to go with the nihilist or accelerationist argument. And I absolutely agree.
nice comment. Yeah, it makes it very difficult. At least
Uh,
people are
Kai
behaving.
Matera says, I suggest anyone read Conquest of Bread with a post-humanist ontological perspective. It will blow your mind. For example, interpret Kropotkin calling cities organisms here literally.
Hmm. The
Um,
conquest of bread. Oh, thank
the
you.
cities, bound together by railroads and waterways, are organisms which have lived through centuries. Dig beneath them, and you'll find, one above another, the foundations of streets, of
Mm.
houses, of theaters, of public buildings. Search into their history, and you'll see how the civilization of the town, its industry, its special characteristics have slowly grown and ripened through the cooperation of generations. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
The
That's
the,
so. Huh.
the
Yeah,
conquest of bread is a really good
I'll check that out. What was it called again? What was it? It was called
the conquest of bread.
Conquest of Bread. Thank you. What a great. Huh. I like that title too. Interesting.
That's Kropotkin. That's anarchist theory. That's
Okay.
whole,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, this is very
Yeah.
cool.
So I guess that's all the stories for today. I do have a few mutual aid charity kind of shout outs for the end of the episode. So my friend Eric, his nephew has brain cancer or a brain tumor
Oh,
and needs surgery. So the GoFundMe for that will be in the show notes. Um, it's I guess to
oh.
go the long way, it's gofundme.com/f/help dash KJ dash with dash his dash battle dash against dash a dash brain dash tumor. But yeah.
Hardcore.
Uh, oh yeah, there was a couple more there. uh, anyway, Regina Cathedral Community Fridge. Obviously, that's in my city. That's Community Fridge in the Cathedral area, near downtown. They do a lot of great work, and they feed over 100 people per day. Um,
Nice.
then we have the European Heat Aid Great Walk 2025, which is a grassroots campaign walking 20 marathons across Austria, Belgium, and Spain in August to provide heat relief and support. It started on July 29th, actually. Yeah. experience homelessness, to provide heat relief and support people experiencing homelessness. And I will have the link for that in the show notes as well. And then there's the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, offering medical care, food, and humanitarian aid to children and families in Gaza and the West Bank. I can post the link in the comments. I absolutely can.
Good idea.
I will post all of these in the comments. There's this one. It's funny that I never even think of that.
Well, we're too in depth into the topics. We can't.
Yeah, that's right.
We're too excited. I really like what we're talking about here today. These are good. I get going on these so much.
Yeah.
My wife has I have to listen to her a lot of times. She tells me to help. She helps me regulate my emotions. I get so excited about excited.
We all need something somebody to can help us with that.
I know.
Tough. And there's the last link. It looks like a lot in our stream because we have all three sites, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch in our in the chat on my window here. But for everybody, wherever you're watching, I swear it will only post once. I also have a message from the Left Texas Congress. They say, "Greetings, comrades. We are the Left Texas Congress, a not-for-profit organization in Texas dedicated to combating poverty through autonomous means. We are not affiliated with the Texas state government. In February of 2026, we will be holding a healthcare and housing symposium with the objectives of formulating a plan to finance and autonomize our healthcare and housing, to establish hope and resilience in working class and poor communities, and to create alternative approaches to privatized healthcare and proprietorship over people's lives. We are seeking healthcare and housing activists and advocates to help with workshops and panel discussions for this symposium. Please let us know if you would like to be part of this project by emailing us left_Texas_Congress@proton.me, or you can check out their Blue Sky profile, which is Left Texas Congress, all is one word, .bsky.social. And I will post that link in the chat as well. So they also say, if you're in Texas and this interests you, we want you in our crew. Join us in our cause, love and solidarity. The Left Texas Congress, freedom, justice, equality.
Nice, Corey.
So that's it for the show. I guess before we go, I better get Nick. Where can people find you, and where can they find your book?
Look, so as I was saying earlier, my book, I self-published a work of fiction titled In the Beginning. It's available on Amazon. Very against the status quo and traditional thinking, challenging religion, challenging traditional thought in order to convince people to support world peace and human equality. If you just type in Nick Girard, Girard, on Amazon, it'll come right up. And I'm really an approachable person. I like talking about these kind of things. I'm on Instagram. My Instagram name is Nick D. Girard. Great show, Corey. Great talk.
On. Yeah, no, it's thank you so much. The chat was awesome today. I know not everybody can see us live every time. I really appreciate all the comments. D-Locked, Kai Matara, Some Random Geek, Zalrock for stopping by. I really appreciate everybody, and I hope you have a great evening.
Great audience. Thanks, Corey.